Hello there people, this is Square Ghost here, Kev, with the final review of Star Revenge Planet Book Star Wars with a Reobrix set number 66030. And yes, this is the review. Sorry for the shadow, the light should be here tomorrow. I should say lamps. I'm really thinking about calling this review The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, because there's three very, very different things to look at this set, as I'll go through one at a time. I'll take you from the beginning and show you where everything is, and here we go. So this is the finished set, or as finished as I can get it. I'll explain as we go through what is right, what is wrong, what needs doing and why. So we'll start with the beginning of the build process. We built the floor plates, built them together, no problems there. And then the back of these plates, if I can just spin it round, obviously it's just a flat back wall. I will spin it round later and show you the mess that's round the back. After we built them plates, you then built an inner plate, half of it, which you can see now. It's just a plate without any greebling on. Same with that side again, sorry for the shadow. And then you start with, that should be a wall to attach the plates, and I do beg your pardon, on both sides. You then make up the plates, as you can see right in front of your eyes, and then attach the plates, the two bottom parts of the plates, to the walls. No problems with the attachment. Once I'd actually got them in, they were fine. I will point out again in regards to stickers, I've mentioned this all the way through the set and I'm mentioning it again. Make sure that you put your stickers on when you need to. It tells you at the back of the book where to put the stickers, but by the time you look at that, it's too late. Not a good idea at all. And you don't want to disassemble, then put stickers on and then reassemble again. So I did that. I didn't find any trouble. I managed to put my stickers on where they had to go. So the two bottom plates was done. We then followed by two more top plates. Exactly the same procedure. Build up the plates, then put the greebling on, away you go, attached to the walls. Little bit of problem with things popping in and out, but eventually they went on fine, nice and solid. We then went to the spine of the case, and I had problems here because, again, you build up the plates, you put your greebling on. I had no problem with any of the greebling. Put your stickers on, again, no problems. And then you have to attach it to the back wall. If you attach it from the top, you can get down to the middle, attach the middle, bottom won't attach. If you attach from the bottom, you can just about get the middle on, then the top won't attach. So in the end, I sort of basically went from the top down, made sure it was a firm connection, got the middle to have a firm connection, and then I managed to get the back of the plate as far back as I can. I think it's about half a strut out myself. I can't press it down any further. I've tried, so I don't know. But at least it's in there, it's not falling off and everything's fine. Then the side pieces, if you can just see with my finger, they're attached next to the spine, and there's one on each, my fingers, side. I had exactly the same problems again. If you attach from the top, I couldn't get the bottoms on. If I attach from the bottom, you couldn't get the tops on. But this time I had a bit more success. I went from the bottom first, got the middle secured, and then I managed to get the left hand side one completely secured. So what I did was, if I managed to press down again for the other side, and lo and behold, believe it or not, it went in and it fitted, click click. But I must admit, it's frightening when you're pushing and you're thinking of things are going to break and pipe and come off and things like that. So I was totally relaxed when both plates had gone in, and then, you know what I'm going to say next. We started with the roof. And you start off with this middle section. When putting the light strips in, I found it didn't fit right. I couldn't get the plates to sit right. In fact, I checked the plates twice to see whether they was bent or not. They wasn't. They were flat. I made sure that the position of where the light strip went on the bricks inside, I'd got it right. So that wasn't right. In the end, I think I found out that the actual light strip itself was slightly too long by about 2 or 3 millimeters. I took it upon myself to get the marking hammer really and give it a whack on the top, and lo and behold, I had a crunch, and then everything was fine. It was totally seated correctly. My fear is when I did this, I broke the light strip. I don't know, I've mentioned this before in the review for that part. So if that light strip doesn't work, that's a me problem. But I do honestly think it was too long, way too long. The other two, the two side pieces, two side roofs I should say, went on absolutely perfectly. No problems, light strips went through. Little funny bit of fun of sorting your wires and your cables through for your battery box, but managed that and it was fine. So the roof was on. Then bag number 9, the last bag, and if any of you have seen that quick review, you'll already know the nightmare that I had. These things, they're nice to build, the TIE fighters. Try and get my shadow out. You can see the firing beams coming out just about the green. And everything was absolutely super. You've got to be careful if you touch it. They can fall off, but they're okay, they're on. So I was okay. So then we moved to the TIE, to the X-Wings and Darth Vader's, whatever you want to call it. I want to say TIE fighter, but it's not a TIE fighter, but it's a special TIE fighter. And here is where I had a complete and utter nightmare. He should be sitting on there, waste of time, because when you stick him on the little pin, you just literally, you don't even have to touch it. You can put your finger that far and he falls off. So in the end, I've decided to just rest him on the bottom. The X-Wings were on. I've sort of detached a little bit. Reasons for that I'll come up with shortly. But I've just laid him down. In my opinion, he's okay, but he's not right. In regards to Darth Vader's TIE fighter, again, I'll swing the camera around so you can get. I'm sorry for the darkness. Like I say, light's coming tomorrow. Nice little build. Again, now very flimsy. You've only got to touch the wings and they fall off. Dreadful. So then we come to Luke's X-Wing. And this again is dreadful. If you try to get it to, excuse my finger, stand on the struts that it's standing on, which I've managed to, any movement again, it falls off. If you try and click it into place, excuse me again, the engines in the back bit fall off. The front cockpit piece falls off. It is an absolute nightmare. It is fragile. It is poor. There's no other word for it. Bag 9 out of all the bags is really disappointing me, because yes, it looks okay. I've got no problem with how it looks, but it's no good. It's, even for an adult, when I come to move this from the build desk, it's all going to fall apart. I'm absolutely 100% sure. I haven't as yet shut it up. I will do it at the end of this video. Well, if it falls apart, it falls apart. Of course, I'm now leaving the part really that I know Brick Easy was waiting for, and that was it actually with the lights, and it lights up. And I think it would look really good when it's actually shut up, if it connects properly. The lights are on and it looks like the trench run in Star Wars A New Hope at the end, which would be brilliant. Oh no. Let's start with the battery box. It doesn't come with a battery. Now I'm going to try, if I can, and show you. And sorry for me being a little bit awkward here. I apologise for that. That is where we are. That's it. We're in the light. That is where we are. The actual battery box sits on there, sits on the back. As you can see, this swings open. That's fine. Wires are connected, they all fit fine. The problem we have, and here it is, and I'm going to show everybody again, sorry. It is an A3 battery, but it is a third size. So it's an A333, but a third of the size. Now, I've tried to look and buy 1, 2 or 3 of these. Nothing on Amazon, nothing on eBay. Well, that's a slight lie, because there is, but they're only rechargeable batteries. In other words, I can't get an A3 normal battery. And I'm not going to go out and buy myself A3 rechargeable batteries, because then I'm going to have to buy an A3 charger to charge the batteries. Absolute madness. So obviously without the battery box, there's going to be no lights, which is very, very, very disappointing. I can only apologise to anybody who was waiting for this to be set up. And I know a few of you out there I know, like I say, Brick Easy, one of my friends on here now, he was really looking forward to the lights, so I do apologise. If I can get some batteries, I will do it, and I will put an addendum on. I will put on a lighting special, if you like, and show you the actually lit up set. If not, then it is what it is, and I suppose in many, many ways you would chalk it up as a failure. In hindsight, and I'm going to say it as think it, maybe it wasn't the best book build to start with, as in with the greebling and the ships and the complicated stuff. This is the first sort of book build that I've ever worked on. But in saying that, if all the other, and I've got quite a few book builds to come, don't get me wrong, there's a Potter one, there's a Lord of the Rings one, there's a Hobbit one. There's I've got about 5 or 6 to come. But if they're all going to be like this, or pretty similar to this, and the battery is going to be the same battery in the battery boxes, then I'm either going to have to find some batteries, or they're going to be unlit, which I think is pretty pointless putting light strips in if you're not going to light them. I think it's beyond the point. So there you are, that's where we're up to. Do I think it's a good buy? It's a 50-50 for me. I enjoyed the first 3/4 of it, if you like. Had some risky bits, pushing plates on and being frightened to push, and especially the roof part, that top part, and it going crack. Like I say, I'm 99% certain that that light strip is definitely broke. But in total all, it's a shame that these are way too flimsy. I'm going to try and shut this now, and I expect it to fall apart. There's no doubt about it. I think it will. And this is one of the things that I have absolutely dreaded. So you're seeing this in real time. And straight away, I've seen a problem. If you look, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter is in the way of another TIE Fighter. So that, and apparently they're both in the right place, so there's something wrong there. So I'm going to have to look at that. That's about the best that I can get it. You can criticise me in the comments, I don't mind. I definitely think it's a failure on my behalf. Would I recommend it? You've got to be a dedicated Star Wars fan, I think, to buy this. I think if you could get it in a condition where you could display it, I think it would be nice, it would be good. You would definitely 100% have to glue it, crackle it. There's no doubts about it. There's the parts down here, some of the actual TIE fighters, the bottom crash ship, it needs crackle. It really, really does. And then you've got to go into your battery problems with the battery box. And I will just have a shout out to you and say, if anybody knows where I can get A3 1/3 size batteries, please put in the comments, and I'll be eternally grateful, because I'd like to try the lights out. With that, I'm going to close this build, this review, and just say thank you for watching if you've gone this far. I know it's been a long review, it's nearly 20 minutes. I'm grateful for anybody who's looked, anybody who's subscribed, anybody who's commented throughout the series. And I was excited because I wanted to do a Star Wars build, and I've got many, many Star Wars builds to do. I've tried to do something different, and at the end of the day, like I say, I'm going to class this as a failure. Disappointing. And that's about all I can say. If you've enjoyed me explaining the build, explaining the good, the bad, and the ugly about this set, what I actually am calling this a failure of a set, then please subscribe and follow me on the next journey. As you know, the next build is the Riverside Scholars, which is a take on Rivendell and Lord of the Rings, so that should be great fun. I'll be starting work on that tomorrow. And again, I'd just like to say thank you for everybody who's looked, thank you for everybody who's subscribed, and I hope by the time the next one, the lights will be better, there should be no shadows, and hopefully we're going to start moving in the right direction with a set that can do what it says on the tin, basically, just like the Snow White one did the build before. This is Square Ghost, Kev, saying thanks very much for watching. See you on the flip side. So this is as close as I can get to getting it shut, and that's what it looks like. And then yes, I am using a torch, so I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to think how I can do this. That's better. Sorry for shaky cam. But you can see what I've done this for on purpose is to show you what the trench run would have looked like if it was complete and looking better. And it's a shame. I just wanted to show it you as closed up as I could get it. Sorry for the shaky cam again, but that's as best as I can get it. Thank you for watching again. I know this is like an addendum at the end, but you can see what it's like, what it should be like, except there should be no gap. I'll leave it totally up to you guys whether you buy one or not. Let me know in the comments below. Square Ghost out.